Good afternoon from Europe. Piotr here, Light Forex Global YouTube channel. Light Forex Global YouTube channel. US cash market is open for almost 20 minutes already. Let's have a look because we have early selling pressure going on. Let's have a look what kind of the setup we might eventually find here around the option expiration, then around the London fix. So without further ado, let's start right here, right now. All right, let's start with the indices. If you remember our pre-weekend, pre-open, our meeting over the weekend, I've been discussing US indices. Of course, still NASDAQ was the strongest because of the situation to the left side, right? And we are actually trying to test these levels again here, mostly because of the weakness when it comes to Facebook, right? Some big names are buying the social media advertising. Facebook, one of the victim of that action right now. Anyway, upper shadow for a whole day we were trying to hold above the weekly open. Cash market came in, the bears stepped in, trying to sell off. As you can see, first 30-minute huge move to the downside. The thing is, to be honest with you, that I've been thinking for you know that I've been thinking about the selling opportunity, but my way of thinking was, okay, consolidation pre-market, attempt to break higher, and then Niagara fall to the downside, more or less what we see right now. Okay, so in that case looks like immediately start from the open, the bears were trying to take the advantage of that hidden supply, and looks like right here, right now, at the open, US cash open, that's where the supply is dominating. So for now, I'm going to monitor if we are going to get first 30 minutes strong close to the downside. If that's the case, the blue dotted line weekly open, that's gonna be my supply level, as well as US cash market open, right? So that's what I'm gonna to look for when it comes to the levels based on the chart. I'm using levels close to 9,815 and 9,850. In case of the move above this particular candle, we have to make the measure, depends on where we are going to be. If that's gonna be the bottom and we are going to break higher, we might retest also this late New York from Friday and stop counts around again 10k. The 10k we also discussed over the course of the weekend. So that's how I see the NASDAQ. Let's have a look. How does it look like when it comes to the S&P? A little bit stronger, but also downside here after the open is visible. But here, as you can see, we are above the weekly open, at least for now, and we are trying to hold this unfinished business right here, right now. All right, so it's quite important. If we are going to break through that level, this consolidation, especially half of that, might be in play, and that's gonna to be that's gonna be in line with this possible 1-to-1 move. In that case, 2855. But if you remember, we are also discussing over the weekend 2765. So indices for now bearish at the very beginning of the week. Don't forget, we have existing home sales, if I'm not mistaken, within the next few minutes. Pending home sales, pending home sales. So in both cases, I'm looking to sell right? I'm looking for opportunity to sell. We will see how that's gonna be. All right, it's time for FX. In that case, we are going to talk about euro dollar. The direction we were talking about this morning was correct to the upside. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the pullback somewhere back towards the yearly open red dotted line. This 1220 we were discussing the possible pullback, right? Instead, we've seen the whole European session ahead of the US cash open. We've seen a market rising higher, right? Now, if we are going to compare to Thursday pullback, right? And if we are going to, right here, because of this deep pullback, if we are going to do something similar, we still got the chance to retest the levels close to 1220. And as long as we are above a yearly open, that's where I'm going to maybe give them the chance for some kind of the rally when it comes to the euro dollar. So I would like to see some higher levels from there, and maybe that's gonna be based on this 1-to-1 attack higher above 1340, maybe towards 1380, 14 level when it comes to the euro dollar. The same situation, so no change in view when it comes to the cable. Here been reading correctly based on this eventual move. We are talking about the 2180 to the downside. I've been looking to sell after the break because it was quite nice setup based on the late New York Tokyo consolidation over here. I've been looking for a clear break to the downside. That's what we get. And I've been looking after this one. I've been looking for retest of this weekly open blue dotted line. That would also be 50% of that consolidation of the late New York and Tokyo session. We didn't get that one yet, but based on this 1, 2, and currently 3 bottom, there is a still chance that somewhere towards the end of the European session, somewhere maybe around the London fix, we are going to see the retest of that level. This morning we also discussed about 2420 this zone, but we quite didn't hit that levels, so 24 has not been hit. So well, the direction we discussed today was good, right? The thing is that market didn't hit my levels, actually my levels. Euro pound here the same, been waiting for 1960. Market went straight to the upside. Before we will finish this market update, let's have a look what we have when it comes to the dollar yen. Well, still 107. Still 107, close to 60.80. That could be the supply eventually if the continuation of the move to the downside on indices will prevail. If the risk off will prevail, then the yen crosses might go a little bit lower. If we are going to see the turn on the dollar yen, I would switch to Aussie yen and pound yen, looking for a selling opportunity over there, especially because of the what we've seen on the cable, but also what we have currently when it comes to Australian dollar. I would like to see the clean break of 68.30. Then I would like to see the break of 68, then rally back to 68.30 and then sell. Let me try to clarify that for you. So would be good to see the break through that one on an intraday basis, pullback retest and continuation to the downside. I'm looking for levels close to 67, 66, 80 at least for now, staying short on Aussie. Don't forget guys, you can monitor what I'm doing in real time, right? Link is in the description. It was my pleasure to make this update for you. At the very beginning of the US session, we see some kind of the risk of developments. Let's see if it prevails. Don't forget, we have plenty of Fed speakers tomorrow. It's gonna be very interesting, and we have Powell, of course, tomorrow as well. Then very short week when it comes to the US traders, with non-farm payrolls on Thursday. Today, end of the quarter, end of the first half of the year, be careful of the unusual price action. Don't be trapped, and see you around. Take care and goodbye, guys.